I'm going Mega Eagle! Alright, folks, so I heat my house with 2 log burners, 2 log burning stoves. One's a big one and it does the water heating as well. Yeah, you know, with plenty of kids, like obviously the fire guard for me is quite important. Otherwise, they'd all be hideously disfigured, wouldn't they? Thing is, young Morris, he's got that 2-year-old flair for climbing, and you know, he seems to have taken it to new heights. And so I've actually put a bit of crappy old wire fence on top of the fire guard, and it looks hideous. And you know, now because it's so big, I end up reaching in between the fire guard and the stove to put logs on, rather than taking the whole thing on and off, which is putting holes in all the back of my jumpers. So I think it's about time I made a better fire guard. Yeah, that's what we'll do today. Fucking trains. We haven't had fucking trains in ages, have we? Seem to have been able to avoid it. Bastards. Anywho's, yeah. So, steel, price of steel is absolutely ridiculous at the minute, yeah. However, like, whilst, you know, long flat stock and stuff is expensive, because I suppose it's all virgin out of the mills, like all these weird ornate wrought iron fencing accessories like this, really cheap. These are like £6 a panel from Brundles at the minute. I'm you know, genuinely interested as to why. What I'm guessing is that these come out of, you know, those dodgy sort of backstreet foundries we all love watching the videos of on YouTube, like you know, fellas in sandals with a giant, great big cupola. You know, if the thing split, they'd all die. And yeah, well, anyway, that's what I'm guessing anyway. And these guys are probably working mainly with scrap. And the price of scrap is actually really low. We've seen some bizarre things happening at the minute, because it's all down to the sort of transportation costs. Scrap price is right down, yet virgin steel or what, you know, steel from China basically is through the roof, isn't it? But yeah, stuff like this. These are £6 a panel. I've got 6 of them. I might actually only use 4 of them. These little bits, £2 each, and so are these spiky bits as well, isn't it? So it's going to end up looking like a rich person's garden fence, which I'm quite happy about. Yeah, I can live with that. We'll try and make it nice, and I'd like to put a little door in it so I don't have to move the whole thing, because it's going to be colossally heavy and hopefully Morris proof. So yeah, it's going to be easier if I can put the logs on through a door in the middle, which will also mean having a hidden secret catch that the kids can't reach, you know, behind the whole thing. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah. Either way, I've got to do something. Let's make something grand and ridiculous, and hopefully a little bit better and nice and safe. Yeah, right. Well, I think you'll agree, I hope you'll agree, that's looking suitably grand, befitting of my fireplace. Obviously it's not going to do much good as a guard as it is, because there's gaps in there even I could fit my head through. So I do have some weld mesh that I'm going to put behind that. Hopefully the heavy bits of iron will help the weld mesh survive a little bit. Before I do that, I'm going to make up the frame for the door, and then what I want to do with the weld mesh is sandwich it between two frames and then weld those frames onto this, you know, to prevent any edge of the wire exposure, and also, you know, give it plenty of support, you know. So let's make a door first. I want a catch on the door that's inaccessible to little ones, so the idea is that panel there can be opened, but the latch for the panel I think wants to be around about here, you know, so you have to reach over and lift up, and it'd be good if it was spring loaded with quite a bit of force, so even if little fingers did get back there, they couldn't lift it up, or even if they found the shaft somewhere else, they couldn't grip it and lift it up. So that's what we'll do. We'll put a nice heavy spring on it, so it takes a bit of effort, but not so heavy that the missus has got an excuse to not fuel the fire. Yeah. Okay, so I've rolled with some balls on the bottom. This whole thing's upside down at the minute. Some nice big, what are these? About 30mm steel balls, and this is my door, or the door frame, or the frame. Oh no, I mean this is a frame of the door, not the door frame. Whatever. Shut up, James. Okay, so what have we got? The reason I put these balls on here now is because I want to put some hinge pins in. I think I'll just use bolts and drill down and up and drill and tap the upright on one side to take an M6 bolt or something, and then I can you know, get this sitting with an equal gap top and bottom. It doesn't have to be, but and you can spin on those bolts. I'll have to make sure the shank bottoms out or something. Sound like a plan? Alright. Okay, so this is the little latch I came up with. It's just in the vise at the minute. Yeah, so we've got a couple of tapers welded to the end of my pull shaft. Obviously that's got a bit of weight to it, so it's always going to want to sit in that position with the pin protruding, and then when it's pulled, the tapers act against this bushing welded to the pin and the spring to disengage the latch. It's a little bit sticky. I think I've got a bit of spatter somewhere, but it's definitely up to the job. Okay, got the latch latching nicely. Let me just get rid of this bit of rope. Go on, bug off. Okay. A little discreet pull thing up there. Not springing back. I think there's just a few burrs, and I welded it all together. There's probably a bit of arcing between, you know, like this rod. I just welded that nubbin on top. It's nice and discreet anyway, so hopefully no one can figure out how to use it. No one who isn't supposed to use it can figure out how to use it. It's pretty tough. I'll show you around the other side. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I've just got to do a couple of little panels for the grills down at the bottom. Door's done. I'll put another little rosette on the front of it, and we've got the mesh at the top here. Yeah, I can still reach it nice and easy. Hopefully the kids can't. And what? Well, you know, I don't like the mesh, but it's got to be there, isn't it? Hey, otherwise this whole thing's completely pointless. So it has been pretty labour intensive. I've still got to go over the whole lot with a flapper disc and just knock these spiky bits down. But you can see how I've built it here. I've basically made a frame with 7 uprights, top and bottom as well, and then put the mesh on there, and then clamped the other half of the frame, the back side, to it in pieces, and just worked the way around the whole lot like this. So this was the most difficult, because that's you know, one sheet of mesh. These bottom ones get broken up by the door, so they'll be nice and small and hopefully a little bit easier. But yeah, you know, haven't videoed it. It's not very entertaining. Tedious work. Cutting little bits, welding them on. Cutting little bits, welding them on. Hey, all right, let's get this finished and thrown up in front of the fire. Get out of the way. Okay, so there we have the completely over the top fire guard. It does have to be this big. Look, there's lots of stuff that the you know, how dirty is this? Oh, it's very dirty, isn't it? There's a bit of weld spatter on there and all sorts. Slight improvement, I hope. Yeah, I'm even thinking that I perhaps need something on top of here as well. I haven't painted it yet. I'm not even sure I want to paint it. Anyone's got any recommendations on how to finish something like this, other than just matte black? Because that's a bit boring, isn't it? Eh? The stove's matte black. It's lasted really well, by the way. The Villager, so it's sort of the cheapest fabricated steel British made stove that you can buy. Not got the best controls in it, and the door latch is horrible, but yeah, it's very robust and it's coped with all the crap I've thrown in there. Yeah, either way, I'm saying, like, you know, if I do paint it, I'd probably want to buff, just go over the high spots with a wire brush or something, you know, just so it picks out and gives a sheen to the high spots. That would be quite a nice look, I think. But yeah, I haven't decided yet, and it's only been on a few hours, so we'll see if it needs any alterations. Perhaps I think that'd be a good idea. See if it needs any other bits and pieces before I paint it or do anything. Yeah, quite happy with it. Is this camera alright? It seems to be. It's fogging up, isn't it? Oh, it's that time of the year again, folks. Bollocks. Okay, that's better. I think we've now got a fog-free lens. That's good. There's got to be a benefit, hasn't it? Okay? So we can get this door open one-handed. Oh, kicked it the wrong way. There we go. Easy as you like. I'll stick my massive log on. Oi, oi. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Yeah. I mean, I perhaps could have made that so latch when you push it. You know, as soon as I've finished making the latch, I've
thought of 10 different ways I would have rather done it, but you know, such is life. That's what happens when you don't draw everything out first, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, the mesh I think is spoiled how this thing looks, but it's needed, very much necessary. It attaches to the wall. There's a bolt there. That upright there is attached to the wall by these two brackets pinned in. Yeah, that one. I drilled them all out on the bench, obviously, and then came and fitted it. And there's a dodgy bit of masonry work behind that one, so that's missing now. But they're quite tight in there. There's the Timco fasteners, the hammer fix, aluminium with a steel nail going down the middle, like pop rivets for concrete, basically. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do you reckon, boy? Old man Rambo, eh? Doesn't like looking at the camera. Huh? Are those my feet? Yeah. Anyway, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the Fireguard build. Yeah, if you're looking for ornate stuff at the minute, FH Brundles, where I got these bits of cast iron from, really surprisingly cheap. I don't know if everyone's been put off doing any wrought iron fencing and they've dropped their prices. All the prices of the other stuff, you know, the stock metal, flats and rounds or whatever is gone up, and I had to buy some rebar at the same time for the bunker. You know, that's very expensive at the minute, but yeah, I mean, part of the reason this is so lavishly ornate is because these bits are really cheap. So if you fancy doing something like this, tap those guys up at Brundle and FH Brundle. Good website and cheap delivery and that. Yeah, or you know, they've got a few depots around the country. Maybe even go and pick it up. Nice drivers as well. Always had nice drivers. I always make sure I make them a cup of tea as well, because they're good blokes. They put up with my shitty track, so yes, a cup of tea's the least I can do, isn't it? Eh? Anyway, alright, take it easy, folks, and we'll have a bunker update by the end of the week, I think. Hopefully, because the weather's meant to turn pretty nasty, so we're like snow and stuff and sub-zeros and whatnot, so yeah, hopefully before the end of the week. Anyway, any ideas on what sort of finish I should put on this, and let us know. Alright, okay, take care, folks, bye bye.